So it's nighttime. On the left we have Shelby and Buffy's belly, and on the right we have Kris and Kate's belly. And Shelby is falling asleep again.
Well, this is how we left these little two last time, and we're going to continue from here as the foster moms get them ready basically to go out into the main enclosure and start meeting all the other members of SCRO. So hopefully this is going to be a good integration, but only a little bit of time will tell.
Just there we have Kris grooming Buffy. And you might hear Kate lip smacking because Shelby is coming at the fence. So Kate is grooming Shelby as well. It's really cute to see Kris grooming Buffy.
Here we have a bit of an update at the square I see. Right in front of us here is Shelby. She was put in with moms a fair while ago. They're all just waiting now. They're just waiting now to go into troop. We will release him soon. Kris has come to join us as well. Also one of the babies that joined Shelby with foster moms. There's Shelby again on the back branch. Kate is now coming to say hi as well. As you can see, Shelby has really grown up. She is absolutely gorgeous. She has a beautiful golden crown. She's nice and big as well. It's very hard to believe that when she first came here, she was much smaller, had ringworm, and now she's meeting mom. She's doing extremely well and just enjoying her life. Today is a really big day for Shelby, Kris, and both the moms. It's such a big day today because we're finally releasing them into SCRO. Shelby and Kris, as you can see, are really well bonded to the moms. They're doing exceptionally well. And now it's time for them to go into SCRO, into their forever home. Both Buffy and Kate, which are the moms, are really protective of Kris and Shelby. As you can see, Kris is trying to get onto Kate's belly. They're very, very loving. They lip smack and groom them a lot. They're very defensive of Shelby and Kris if they scream, which is exactly what we want. So today is a very big day. They're going into troop, and hopefully they're going to have an absolutely amazing time in troop with each other.
Shelby, of course, loves hanging on, but Kris, on the other hand, seems a little bit more independent.
We have Lou and Kris. And Kris is currently on, well, she was on the belly, giving Lou a groom. Lou was very good with Chef when he was released last year, so we decided to give her a try. She also carried Chef, so we know she's a good mum. Kris is grooming Lou, so she's doing really well with Lou and Polar at the moment. She even went on Lou's belly. They almost went out, but then Vera and a few of the other troop members came to the door and scared them off. Lou is having the time of her life.
So So I just purple dyed them. They're drinking well. So in a few hours they will be released into screw troop. I'm doing the last preparations. I'm pretty sure it will go well. Shelby will for sure go out on the belly. I don't know which female, I just think it will be Buffy that is just there. And then we have Kate. Kris, I don't know. As you can see, she touched the purple on her hips. And now she has some in the mouth. Yeah, Kris, I'm not sure. She's not being carried a lot lately, but she's super comfortable with monkeys, so I'm pretty sure it will go well for her as well. She's just up there, coming over to say hi. Everything is ready for the two babas to go out and shoot. So we have Shelby just there. She grew up so much. She looks so good. And we have Kris just there. And the moms. We have Kate grooming Buffy. Yeah, we're so excited for the babies. They're going to do amazing in shoot.
So here is Fluffy Suck Up. She was called Fluffy Suck Up because she was hanging out with Fluffy Witch and she was sucking up to her. So that's why she's called Fluffy Suck Up. Then here we have Pirate. She's missing an eye. We got her confused with Marley, who also has a short tail and looks quite similar. So I assume they are sisters. Hi. I think that's Cosimo. Yeah. So integration is fun. There's Nutjaws in the corner. She's missing her tail. So all the bandits are here.
Of course, the bandits or wild monkeys bring a whole new dimension to the integration and of course keep everybody occupied while they're trying to concentrate on letting the little ones out. So it all just adds to the extra fun. And as you can see, they're having amazing time outside, jumping on the shade that's actually meant for the integrator or the volunteer integrating them, and just causing general mischief wherever they can.
The big orange one. Oh no, Shelby and Buffy now are coming down to the clearing at the bottom.
So in the background you can hear the radio communication of the integration team. We all have a radio and we always message out when we see a baby, who we see with them, where they're moving, just so that everyone is aware of what's happening with the baby. When we lose sight, we report that as well, and then we just make sure that we find them again. When they're going inside with the dense foliage, it can be hard to see them all the time.
Okay, so today is the big day. Kris and Shelby are finally going to be released into Scrow Troop. They've drunk really well this morning, eaten fairly well. Here Shayna's right by the entrance. We're just waiting for Kris to get onto the belly and then we can send them out into troop.
Polar is right here.
And there goes Shelby.
Well, it seems to be a trend with the second little one not going out, and this time it's
This
Kris.
side here.
Just doesn't want to hang on to mom's stomach, and we can't let them out if they're not actually hanging on the mom. You can see mom's a little bit frustrated because she really does want to get back into the troop, but we're going to just have to hang on just to make sure Kris is in a position, otherwise he's going to be left all on his own.
So Kris spent her first night with Vera. They've been doing great. Kris settled on the temperature she's in right now. She's on right now, sorry. And Vera was on the branches, so she's just there. Now it's around 6 in the morning. I will release Vera soon because she's quite stressed of being in the IC. So I'm hoping to get maybe Kate and Shelby back, or Lou or Polar, because she was starting to bond well with them. We'll see how this day goes. I'm quite hopeful. I know she will go out at some point. She just needs to follow a female or to hang out longer on the belly. She is just there. So we have Buffy and Shelby. So it's around 6 a.m. right now. Shelby spent her first night in troop. It's going well. She's still super attached to the mom, which makes sense. She switches between both moms, so Kate and Buffy. But yeah, yesterday she went off the belly a bit to eat and explore a tiny bit on the branches, but she's very stressed. But yeah, a lot of females are trying to groom her. It's quite tricky to see them because they're always in the middle of the enclosure. Now they just run away. But yeah, everything's going good for Shelby, and hopefully Kris will join her pretty soon.
So over there we have Kris and Shelby. Coming over is Vera. So they were released just a few minutes ago. Kate has been moving up and down the troop non-stop. Not really wanting anyone to touch her baby. Very protective. And Shelby is clinging on. Joining them now is Pepe.
Unfortunately, everyone was monitoring Shelby, and we didn't have a cameraman to film Kris going out, but she is out at the moment.
This is Leon, right here. Here they come a little bit closer. Looking at main feed. So here we have Vera, Kate, and Shelby.
As you can see, the mom is very protective. So yeah, we're happy that the girls are in troop together now. It didn't take long. So this morning Shelby touched the fence, got shocked a bit, so now Buffy is quite stressed of her touching the fence again. But Shelby just seems really curious about this. So yeah, we're super happy. It only took one day for Kris to go out. So she's a bit stressed at the moment. She's up in the tree moving a lot. But she's always very comfortable with monkeys. Much more comfortable than any other baby so far, except Ludo. So yeah, like maybe if I can see her just there. She's doing good. She's exploring, a bit stressed when she sees especially like big males or females. But we're super happy for her.
So as I said earlier, Kris seems to be a lot more independent than what Shelby is, and was also the reason why she pulled back, not going out of the cage with Mom. You always get one that wants to, as we say, do things on their own, which happened in the last integration. And it looks like Kris, you can see she's quite happy to play on her own. Keeps Mom in sight, of course, and if he's worried about anything, runs down to all of them, which is great. But a lot more independent than little Shelby.
So we have Mika who just joined them. Mika was in the foster mom cage with Kris yesterday. She was very sweet with her. They ate together, they groomed each other, and Kris briefly went on the belly. So you can see Kris holding on to who I think is Sachi. So Mika just left. So I think that's Haley. So she wants to be groomed. So we have Kris on the left, Shelby on the right, with Mom Buffy. Babies are doing amazing, really, staying together, exploring, especially Kris. Shelby is being brave as well, going off the belly to eat. They're still a bit nervous if females try to come and get them, but otherwise they're doing pretty good. Kris has not drunk yet from a feeding cage and troop. So we have Shelby riding on Buffy's back, and Kris is just there on the So Buffy gets stressed when other females try to come near Shelby. So right there we have Shelby drinking from FC3. I'm not gonna come closer because I'm scared she might go out of the feeding cage if I do. She's been doing amazing. She's drinking a lot today. Her total is around almost 200 now, which is amazing, and same for Kris. So both babies are doing very good in troop. Just there you have Buffy, so she's Shelby's mom. It's quite cute because Shelby has been riding on Buffy's back. So you have Buddha just there. She's making them angry, so you can see what I was talking about. Shelby is going on the back and not on the belly. She's not the first baby to do that. It's quite cute to see. I don't know where is Kris at the moment. She might be around because usually she stays near Shelby. But yeah, super happy for the babies. They're doing amazing. Shelby still wants to have a drink. I'm really happy about that. Usually it takes them a bit of time to drink well from the feeding cages, but both babies are doing super good on that. So we don't have to worry about them drinking enough. So Buffy is waiting for Shelby in front of the FC now.
Well, you can see how much more independent little Kris is. Yeah, she's playing with Ellen. Ellen was a little orphan from 2017, so you can see how well she's done. Really become a nice female. So yeah, it's very difficult to say. Each little orphan's got their own characteristics and own ways about them. Whereas you're finding Shelby stuck to mom, not going very far from mom. Sometimes this is because they've lost their mother at such an early age, because normally at around 3 months or so, they should be a little bit more adventurous and leaving mom a bit, playing around with the other juveniles and other monkeys and sort of getting used to troop life, and then just coming back to mom every now and again. So Kris seems to be the most stable where that's concerned, because that's exactly what she's doing. Goes to mom when scared, otherwise she's out playing with the other monkeys. So very, very nice to see, and she's adapted very, very well, fitting into this troop very nicely.
So we have Shelby on Buffy's belly, and Kris is getting groomed by a female, but I can't see who it is.
So nice to see both little ones together, which is also like a nice good sign, because as this shows, they will be friends for a little bit longer, especially if the two families are integrating and bringing their little ones together. So at least they'll also be playing, and this might help Shelby a little bit get out of her shell.
So we still have Shelby with Buffy, and Kris just went on the right.
So as you can see, Shelby's not very far from her mom Buffy, whereas Kris, the little bit more independent one, is sort of run off to play a bit more and jump around and cause a little bit of mischief, and then come back and just check on mom that everything's okay.
Okay, so Kris is crying because there was a male next to her. I think it was Cosimo. So she's getting upset. And over there we still have Buffy grooming Shelby.
Little Kris again clambering around and jumping around in the trees, really having a nice time. So she's doing extremely well. Is always following somebody. It doesn't always necessarily have to be a mom. I'm not too sure who that is. But as you can see, she's getting very good jumping around in the trees and managing quite well without falling or anything like this, which is great. Come down to share a little bit of lunch with mom, so that's also a very good thing. I think that's could be an avocado that she's found there. So she's doing extremely well. You can see she hasn't been hanging on her mom. But we do see Shelby a little bit later on, you see the difference. Kris just seems to be looking after herself, and as I keep on saying, a very independent little monkey. Little Shelby, of course, also seeing the food and come down with mom. But you can just see how a little bit more taken back she really is worried about the other monkeys, and always aware of what's going on. Kris coming to say to her, no, it's fine, we can play around, it's a nice tree to play in. But you can see she's a lot more dependent on mom at the moment. Even if you look at her face, she looks like a little bit worried about what's going on. Kris looking a little bit bigger than what she is. But she's managing, she's doing well. Mom's looking after her nicely, doesn't let her go far, so she's got good support there, which is great. So she's also doing very, very well, and it'll take her a little bit more time to basically get used to everything and become a little bit more independent. Really a mommy's child, so she likes to be near mom. At least this is one good thing, going into the feeding cage and drinking, and that's also important with little Kris following as well. So also a very nice thing to see.
So there we have Kris
Well,
enjoying.
Shelby, it's your birthday.
So you can hear people being really happy that Shelby drank from the feeding cage. It's always a big win when they have a good drink. So yeah, Kris is enjoying main feed. I think it's Ipona next to them. Just there we have Mika coming to say hi. So Kris is quite comfortable with the females, but as soon as there's a male, she gets really scared, which is kind of normal. So far looks like some of her favorite foods are papayas, corn, and she really likes zucchinis. Shelby and Kris are enjoying the main feed. Shelby just hopped on Buffy's back. The babies are doing very good, quite independent. So right now Shelby is with Buffy. Just want to see what she does. Yeah, so she wants to follow them.
Also a great little moment here. We have Shelby and Kris both playing together in the tree and having a little bit of fun. So very nice to see. Of course, Kris is a lot better in jumping around. And this is the kind of playing that you really like to see going on, because this is how they develop, this is how their bonds and everything increase a lot, and also gives them a lot more confidence in playing around, finding little things here and there. So nice little adventure for these two, and I'm so pleased that Kris is also playing with Shelby. It does make a difference. Yeah, it looks like they're a little bit tired and catching a little bit of a nap after having a little bit of a run around and everything, and getting a groom from mom, which is also nice. So really nice, some nice footage every now and again of these two really having a great time in the enclosure and settling in. And they seem to have got on with all the monkeys, so there doesn't seem to be any trouble with anybody. We haven't had any aggression. Just little Kris seems to be very forward, especially when the males come. Kris is very quick to pull faces. As I say, she's very independent and full of herself, but that should get her quite far in the troop in the end of the day. But very nice to see how these two have been getting on.
Here we have Kris and Shelby. There are two babies we released last week into Scrow. Both of them are doing exceptionally well in their new home. Both Kris and Shelby are quite independent, even though they are with moms currently. Usually they're on their own. Usually they'll be on their own. As you can see, they're both enjoying a bit of main feed right now with Diane, who's missing a leg, and Buffy, who was one of the foster moms in the entry cage with them. Both of them are eating extremely well, they're drinking very well, and yeah, they've basically made themselves perfectly at home within the troop.
here we have Kate, Shelby, and Shayna. So Shayna is quite high ranked, so Kate does get a little bit nervous whenever she's near, but see, and then she moves off. So that's Leon, who she's sitting with now. There we have Buffy being groomed by Epona, and Shelby in the back. The one that just joined them, I believe, is Scotty. Her back's towards me, so it's a little tricky to see. There's little Shelby. Correction, so the one being groomed is Buffy, the one second in the little train is Scotty, and then the one closest to us is Ellen. And there's Shelby. So if you're wondering where Shelby is, she is on Scotty's belly. So from closest to furthest we have Ellen, Scotty and Buffy, and then the little baby is Shelby. That is Kate. Here we have Ellen, Buffy and Shelby, so that was from left to right. Shelby's being brave and independent, taking a few little steps on her own in troop. So there she is with Kate. So that's Shayna that just came.
So another integration gone through, and very nice to like see these little ones getting out and getting their moms again. It's so fantastic, and you know, just everybody that's involved and helping, right from the person that finds it to bringing them into us, giving us the chance to get them back to another troop. Everybody out there that supports us, our members, thank you for becoming members. That we really appreciate it, and it's helping the channel. Those of you that are sharing the videos, those that contribute on a monthly basis, really and truly, I can't tell you how much we appreciate it and how much it really helps us get through. It really makes a difference. Everybody that's just watching and watching the adverts and playing their role where they can. Every single person out there, you're making a difference in the lives of these monkeys, making a difference in our lives, helping us to carry on and be them for them. The next season isn't far away, so we're trying to get prepared for that already. Normally October, September, late September, can be starting, so we're trying to prepare everything for there. But so far everything has gone well. These two little ones have got moms now. We're happy about that. We still got Donald, Adam, and another little one called Carrie that we got to sort out. And of course they'll be in the next video coming up next week. So look out for that. In the meantime, enjoy this one. Please share it. If you are able to donate anything, we would appreciate it. Just getting more people to watch on social media. Please become a member if you can. It does help. It doesn't really cost that much, and it does make a difference to the channel. So thank you for watching, and see you all next week.